Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna learn you how to create a simple website and explain what everything does. So, if you want, first you go to VS Code, search for VS Code, and click on the first link. This is a code editor that helps you edit your code, and yeah, it's pretty good. So, just click download for your version and follow the instructions. Then you open Visual Studio Code. Then you click File, Open Folder, and then you go to your programming folder. Like I have a programming folder, and then I have web pages, and then I just click New. But I already have one, so you just go and create your folder and open it up. In here first you want to install an extension called it's called Live Server. This one, you want to install this one because this one helps you see in live action when you edit your code, like you see in here. It's good for when you, yeah. Alright, so then you have your live server installed. You may also install tags. It's auto, no, sorry about that. This one, auto rename paired tags. This is just pretty good, like you see here. I'm gonna explain what this is, but you see both tags changes, so they are pretty good. And then you want to create a file called index.html. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, which is the markup for the web, pretty much. So if you make an exclamation mark and click enter, you get the basic markup for it, like the title, some meta tags, and the body and the head tags. So if you right click and click open with live server, you get this document right here, and this is the file. So if I write something inside the body tags, you see text. So what is this? Well, this means that we are using HTML5. This is the HTML tags, and in the head you write the data that not the user gonna see, but it can be good for other things. Like you see this one. This is not inside. It's data for the page. So this is not inside. Oh, sorry. This is not inside our page, but it's the name of it. Like, so if I write first web page, you see it up here updating. So this is the data for the web page. So what is body? Well, body is here you're gonna input your text. So if I want to say hello world, I can do that. I save with Control and S, just so you know. So now I'm gonna make a heading. I'm gonna talk about this. So if you write hello world, you got a heading 1, which is the biggest heading. It exists 6 types of this one. Oh, sorry. You see, both of them is updating. That's because I have the outro name thingy, and this creates. Oh, sorry. No, sorry. So, just like that. You see, one is biggest, then they get smaller and smaller and smaller. It also exists something called P, and it stands for paragraph. So if you write lorem inside, you will get some text. And if you want the text to go in different lines, you just go to view and word wrap. They go to different lines, like that. So you get text, and what if you wanted to create a list, like you write OL if you want bullets, or not bullets, a number before, like that. If you want bullets, you just copy this and write UL, which stands for unordered list. This is ordered list and this is unordered list. And then you get bullets, and on ordered list you get numbers. So we have text, lists, and yeah, headings. You can also use like divs. So if I like this, so if I wanted like this, and I wanted like this one to say first chapter, maybe, I don't know. Then I like to see divs like a box or a folder, something like that, because the div does not style anything. This just means these is in a group. Like this is independent elements, but this is in a group. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about why we would want that later. And you can like the div is also, we also have a header tag. This is the same, like maybe you want a header, then this is a header, and you may want like you can write made by Rob, and you get that, and then these are in a folder, like. So what more can we do? Well, we can add a button. Hello world. Then you get a button. You can also write some input. There is tons of them, but I can go through some simple ones. Password. What more do we have? What more can we have? Checkbox, maybe. You see this, you can, date is just, you can select a date, you can get text, and password is just text, but with dots instead, so you can't see. And then checkbox, you can just check and uncheck. And then you got these, but what if I wanted to, I don't know what I'm gonna put inside the text one, so then you can use placeholder and just use name, maybe. and copy this one, and in password we do the same, but write password, and then you can see the invisible text like inside. So you can write it and then you click hello world. You can click that. You can also choose if the checkbox should be checked, like this. Maybe one true. Then it's when you refresh the page, it's gonna get true. So alright, so yeah, what more can we do? Well, we can output the text that's inside here when we click a button. So we can do that, like we create a main.js and we link the JavaScripts with script source. You just write main.js. You can write const and then you can add button equals. But how do we get access to button? Well, we can use ID for that. So if you give this button an ID, like button, you can use document. Document means the whole page. Then we get query selector. No, not that. And then you get hashtag. Hashtag btn. Hashtag means it's a ID. If you that would be a class, which I'm gonna talk about later. You would use a dot, and you probably want to use all of them. But then now we just want to use query selector. So we have a button. Then we want to add a button, but nothing still doesn't happen when we click it. So we just write button dot add event listener, which means that we're adding an event to it, and this is when you click it. So then you use arrow function or a normal function. You can also write function here instead. But yeah, but now we want to get access to the name input field, or maybe we can check if this even works, like clicked. You can't see it right now, but if you click inspect and then console, you get clicked. So now you see it updates. So how to get access to the input field? Well, we do the same again. We go to text, ID, name. And we can get this inside here, it doesn't hurt. So const name equals document dot query selector, and instead of btn we use name. Then we want to get name dot value. We want to document dot query selector dot text content. I'm gonna explain this later, but I just or yeah, now I can explain it away. So I'm gonna find another element, and its text content, its text, is gonna be the name, the text inside here. The value just means inside the input field. So if you write p name. And we can use hashtag name. So if we write Rob and click hello world, oh sorry, I didn't give it an ID called name. So if I write Rob and click hello world, sorry, name text maybe, and we do this. So Rob and hello world, and then you get Rob down here. You can write anything you want and it's gonna update. So what more can we do? Well, we can style something. Style.css. This is cascading style sheet, and you can like change the body. Remember the body tag. Everything inside here is gonna get this. So you can use background color. Well, what do we use? Well, maybe cornflower blue. But nothing happens. Why? Well, we have to link the styling file. So link CSS, and yeah, it's wrote everything for me. This tells it's a style sheet, and href just means it's referencing the style.css, this one. And now if you save, you get the color flower blue. You can also use color, which is the text, and everything gets white. You can also use the star symbol, which means every element. Like if you want bg background color orange. It's not pretty, but it works. You can use that. But I don't want to have that on, so yeah. Get back. You can also write comments like this, multi-line comments. Well, maybe that's hard to read, but you can use this. So you can write bum bum, and inside here you get a comment. Maybe I should sorry, comments, and inside here you write like that. You write an arrow, exclamation mark, and 2 dashes, and you get an comments. And inside main.js you can also write a comment like this, like that. So now how we know how to write a comment, you can just do that. And well, what can we more do? Well, we can well, we have divs, right? Or headers. We can go to the header first. So we can use header, use background color. Hashtag 444. And that's great. Well, sorry, you need to end it with that. So now you see why they are grouped. Both of them get this background color. Well, we also have divs. For them, I like to use ID or classes, like first div. So then we can use the same, because it's an ID. You can use the hashtag and first, and you can use bg color yellow. Now it's yellow, but if you wanted just two elements to be something like class, class is like ID, but you can use it on multiple elements. ID you just can't use. You can only use on one. So classes can be list. You just write that, and to use a class you use the dot sign and use list and bg hashtag, and now you see that. So that's how you do that. So I hope you learned something in this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.